Hi, this is the Elementary Sunday School for November 10th. Sunday School starts at 10 o'clock in the purple classroom. The story the kids are reading, this is from the Shine curriculum this week, is Returning to Jerusalem from Ezra chapter 1. This is what it looks like. It's on page 116 of the Shine Bible. A lot of themes here revolve around refugees, which you can talk about if you want. It's certainly something we've talked to the kids a lot about, and I want to get a chance to explore some other themes, but it's very relevant, so just FYI. So the goal is to think about God's faithfulness. So the story summary is the king of Persia has declared that God charged him to build a temple, and then God's people were permitted to return and rebuild the house of the Lord. So everyone gets to come home and build a temple. That's not why I'm going to go home, okay? But, so Cyrus said, who's the king, they would be assisted by gifts from neighbors, and sure enough, the Israelite neighbors prepared gifts for them of livestock, all this kind of stuff. And then the idea is, well, let me read to you this teaching tips down here because it might explain it a little better. The story of the people's return to Jerusalem can be experienced as both joyful and confusing. There are many dynamics to consider. The people of God are returning, but after 70 years in exile, they are very different from the people than when they left, right? And they're not, many of them don't even see it as home that they're going back to. And that in and of itself is an interesting thing to talk about in terms of immigrants today and people who are deported after they've been here for, decades. So that's what's going on in this story. And here are some ideas for the spiritual practice. This is on page 68 of the lesson. And it's about praying while walking, and it's kind of a reflective time. It would be cool if it's not too cold and it's not rainy for the kids to do the labyrinth. I don't know. I think it's been a while since we've done that, and so it might be a good thing to do, but if you think they're going to be crazy out of control, then we can nix that. And they can maybe walk, create a path, a silent walking path, even just in the classroom or something for a few minutes to think about it that way. There is a build community on that same page that's kind of fun that you might want to do even before the story. And it's playing the game, we're going on a journey. So player one says, we're going on a journey, let's take blank, an item with us. And then player two repeats that phrase, but their item has to begin with, and adds an item that begins with the letter B. So the first player has an item that begins with A, the second player has to repeat that item and have a letter that starts with an item that starts with the letter B, on through the alphabet and on through remembering what everyone said before. You might want to have some ground rules, like it has to be one word. Your item can't be like a 5-word thing because we know our children. Anyway, that could just be a fun game for them to do. And it is about journeying. It's about traveling. So that is how it ties into the story per se. The questions for the story are on page 69, Wonder and Reflect right here. And this is an interesting take on it. They have you dividing the room into groups of 2. And group 1, you ask the children, Jerusalem was your home, and now you're able to return. What does that feel like? Group 2, you said you were born in Babylon, and you're told you're going to return to Jerusalem, but it's a home you've never seen. What does that feel like? I think that's a really good thing for the kids to contemplate. So that's under Wonder and Reflect. And then under the activities, I really like the retell. So this is on page 70. So it's not a craft per se. It's, again, more like you're going to divide the group into 2 different groups and have them present 2 sides of the argument. So it's should we stay or should we go? And it's a debate. So one group of children argue for staying in Babylon and the other argue for returning to Jerusalem. You give each of the groups like 5 minutes to prepare their arguments. You can hand them like a index card and a pencil and let them jot down some ideas. and then they get up and present without being interrupted by the other team. And then the other team has a turn to present their statement, their plan, and then they can ask each other questions. So I like the idea of kind of debating a Bible story and kind of what do you guys think about the merits of this. It's not just like, oh, it had to be one way. And I also like the idea of, from an immigration and refugee standpoint, letting them think through and talk about the pros and cons of going home or staying here, going home, quote unquote, or staying in a place they already are. If you see other things you like, let me know. This isn't supply heavy, so I can help get you other things if you want it. And I'll try and find like just an activity page if there's a kid who doesn't want to participate in this. There is a lot of kind of activity and talking, and I know not everyone's up for that. But even when you do the debate and they're in two different teams, they can have one person as a spokesperson, but the others help them generate the ideas. So everyone really is participating, even though they don't have to get up and talk. Okay, thank you.